for the pin. Go for the pin.
Go for the pin wrestling review show. Mikey Q and King V.
Go for the pin.
Have a nice day every day and
Go for the pin.
Go for the pin.
Weekly wrestling review show. Keep killing it.
Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 61, with your host, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Kelly Price. And we are here.
Okay. All right. That's the energy that we on today. I see.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as the two people that didn't get drafted to Raw and SmackDown, we're here. Okay. We are here. We are here.
We were drafted to go for the pin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We're permanent stays.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So we will be talking about the draft tonight, everybody, and we have the first Jonathan's in the building. Yes. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing?
Hey, Jonathan.
What's up? Always a pleasure to have you in the room here. Yeah. So we'll be talking about the draft from SmackDown and Raw.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk a little. Did you watch NXT? I don't know. We didn't talk about this beforehand, but
I did watch NXT. Yeah,
okay.
I did watch NXT.
Okay, we could talk about that a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Also, I was at Battle Club Pro this past weekend, the indie show that went down
one day.
that went
one
down
day.
one day. That went
One
down
day.
in New Jersey. It was headlined by Tasha Steelz versus Big Swole and Santana versus Simon Gotch versus Mike Drake for the Icons Championship. The franchise championship. Sorry.
There you go.
There
you go.
Yeah. Tasha and Big Swole battle for the Icons Championship. So,
there you go.
So we'll talk about that. And I guess we'll address anything else in wrestling that we come up with. So I guess we should get right into it, since we're here.
Let's do it.
And if people want us to do that, that's what they want us to do. So let's just get right into it. So Friday Night SmackDown. It was the draft, night one.
Yep.
Okay. So SmackDown starts off with Adam Pearce and Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, and Roman Reigns is the first draft pick for SmackDown. No surprise there.
None at all.
That was the right move. I mean, come on now. Like, it was the right move.
Duh.
Right. Big E, of course, drafted first for Raw. He's the WWE champion, as he should be drafted first. So we get this segment with Roman Reigns. He comes out there and we get an in-ring. He gloats over the victory. He gloats over his victory over Finn Balor, or gloats about his victory. I'm gonna get it right tonight. He gloats about his victory over Finn Balor at Extreme Rules, where we have video footage of somebody cutting the.
Before we get there we go. I was gonna put this.
See what I did there?
Yeah, because nobody's fucking with the team. Anyway, so yeah.
And thank you all for supporting team. I want to look right at that camera right there and
the hard camera.
Yeah, the hard camera. Yeah, gotta learn the hard camera, pal. I want to thank everybody for going to Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play, any place that you're listening to us right now. You can probably hear my new song, Team, featuring Ty Wiz, who is celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Ty Wiz.
Happy birthday to Ty Wiz. So, yes, but thank you all for supporting the video and for supporting the song. I don't do this, so, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you guys to watch. So, appreciate it. Just had to get that out the way. Okay. Back to our tribal chief, right? He was talking about his team, right? The bloodline, his family. One thing leads to another. Brock Lesnar comes out there. He takes out the bloodline. Well, he takes out the Usos. Roman Reigns takes a powder, and we get our promotion for Crown Jewel that goes down October 22nd.
Yawn.
yawn about the pay-per-view, but I do think this was a good segment. I think it was yeah.
Oh no, you definitely yawn about the set. I mean, yawn about the pay per view.
Yeah, about the pay-per-view. Yeah.
We don't
I
do
thought the
blood
segment
money over here. We have
Yeah.
dignity.
Yeah. Well, they have 2 big matches for Crown Jewel, but we'll
That's
get
cute.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, other people that was drafted. Let's see. We have Bianca Belair going to Raw.
Okay.
Um,
All right.
we have Charlotte coming over to SmackDown as the
All
Raw Women's Champion.
right.
I'm just trying to get through the draft picks from round 1 here.
I have feelings, so I'll let you finish.
Okay, we'll get there in 1 second. So Roman, Charlotte, Bianca, Big E was in the first round. Your thoughts?
Okay. So, pero like, happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Viva
Yes.
La Panama. But Viva La Panama. But what the fuck? Okay, so Charlotte, who is the fucking Raw Women's Champion, is moving over to SmackDown, and then Bianca Belair. I knew they were gonna. I knew they were either gonna move Bianca or Sasha over to Raw.
Yeah.
I knew it. Bianca's moving over to Raw, which kind of makes it obvious what Crown Jewel is gonna be like.
Yeah.
But I SmackDown was such the better show.
Yeah.
I don't want to suffer through Raw. Suffer through Raw to see Bianca Belair. But I guess I have to.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that move. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like that move. I think Bianca has so much to give to SmackDown, and I guess they moved her because she's a star. And we'll get to the other person that was moved later when we talk about Raw.
Right.
But I guess you would say it was like, Juju, we need stars over here too.
Yeah.
And I guess that was the reason. I'm not a fan of Bianca moving over to Raw, but I guess she goes there now. I'm not a fan of Charlotte moving to SmackDown because I like SmackDown, but I guess.
Okay. Okay. If you don't have Becky Lynch eligible for night 1, which was never said to us, but I mean, I get it. Becky wasn't eligible. A couple of people weren't eligible for night 1 of the draft, right? You go, all right. Well, if you're gonna get SmackDown, if you're gonna get the Raw Women's Champion on SmackDown, and you can't get the Raw Women's Champion that same night. I mean, you can't get the SmackDown Women's Champion. Sorry, it's confusing with this whole draft stuff. If you can't get the SmackDown Women's Champion on Raw that same night, then you got to go with the next best option. And I guess at that point, it would have been Bianca Belair. So it was a chess move, I guess, if you're looking at it from that standpoint. And I will read the comment in a second here. Okay, Jonathan says, only logic I can see of the move is Bianca will have held both women's belts. Other than that, it doesn't make sense seeing the story they built. Bianca would have held both. Wait, so you saying that she's gonna win the Raw Women's Championship? I don't think Bianca's getting the title back anytime soon, guys. I said this weeks ago, and I'm standing by it. I don't think Bianca's getting the title back.
This is where I disagree with you, Mike. I don't think she's winning at Crown Jewel.
No.
I think a certain blue-haired woman is winning at Crown Jewel.
I don't think she's gonna win either. Becky retains.
Are they gonna do the whole title? I didn't like the title switch.
At some point she will. I agree with that, but I don't think it's happening anytime soon.
I don't like the whole switching. Hey, you have Raw, now I have SmackDown. We're now on different shows. Let's switch titles. Change
I think that's what they want to do.
I don't like it
either, but
I don't like it because it's just like, okay, is this a part of their? Is it continuing a reign? Is it counting as a new reign? Like I don't like how they.
I think it's
I
a new
don't like
ring.
how they do it,
That's
unless
what.
it's that if it's that way of their way of trying to get Charlotte to 16, and it I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but I hope that they don't do the whole title switch thing. I personally, me King V,
Yeah.
me the hair and the face. I don't like I don't like the whole title switch because it's just like
Right. That's what Jonathan said. Yeah, they did that last year with the New Day and the Street Profits. Yeah, they just literally.
the thing is I I wasn't a fan of it with when the New Day Street Profits did it, but in that case because they both were champions at the time and they both moved to the opposite excuse me, I know words show. You know, that was cool. I mean, that was like, okay, y'all switch titles, I bet.
Is that
But
not the same thing? Was.
that's the thing. You don't need to do it every fucking time.
I
And I
agree.
think you don't need to do it every time. I think with them, it was cool
Yeah.
because it was like, okay, you never literally see the titles being switched over.
Right.
But if you're gonna continue to do it, it's gonna. I don't even want to say mess with the specialness of it. I don't even want to call it special, but it just diminishes the point of the traffic just going to switch it over. I would rather them actually or somebody lose the title and then go on the other show than switch the titles over. It doesn't make sense to me personally. That's just
No, it doesn't make sense, period. But I like you said, and like Jonathan said, they did this last year. Um I could see them just switching the titles. Hold on. It's a brand title, unlike the IC and United States Championship. So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't like it
They don't
either,
need to
but
do this. They don't need to do this every draft. That's what I think that's my point.
yeah, I'm with you. All right, so hold on. In the WWE / Universal Championship. Yeah. Okay. Kevin Owens versus Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin defeats Kevin Owens. It's crazy that like I went from not caring about Corbin to caring about Corbin when he was bum ass Corbin to not caring about Corbin again.
I still don't.
No,
care.
now I don't care again.
I never cared.
No, I love the whole like Corbin's broke ankle stuff.
I mean,
like, I
down bad Corbin.
Yeah,
Shout
down
outs to
bad Corbin
PBS
was the best
Impulse.
Corbin.
Shout outs to PBS Impulse Down, who I got that from.
Yeah.
But down bad Corbin was fun because I don't like him. But
yeah,
down bad
exactly
Corbin was fun. Of course, being poor isn't funny.
No,
it's not funny.
No.
I personally just don't like him.
Yeah,
like, as a character, I don't know him as a person.
Yeah,
it's just like I'm bored. But I never cared about Corbin. He never really, I guess, crossed over for me. Yeah. That it got to the point where I was like, oh, okay, good. And I'm not to dismantle what he's built or even his talent, because I see the talent that he has. Corbin, I just don't care.
Right. And Corbin is a company guy. Take that how you want, but he really goes out there and he doesn't give any type of pushback from what I hear.
No, he does. He does.
Goes out there and does it. Whatever you need Corbin to do, Corbin does it.
He's gonna do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I give him credit for being dedicated to what he's doing. Because, but again, I never was invested in the character, but I do like down bad Corbin. Like I thought that was the best version of Corbin, but then they went and they changed him and made him Happy Corbin with the money and all that stuff again. And now I don't care. And plus, he's beating up a guy that I respect a lot in Kevin Owens. I've always respected Kevin Owens. I've always been a Kevin Owens fan. Which brings me to this comment here by Jonathan. KO equals AEW. WWE is not using KO properly. Pisses me off. So, okay. Yes or no? Kevin's a former world champion there. Yeah, he's won the IC championship. He's won the United States championship. He has been in some top level matches. He was just in a main event program with Roman Reigns last year, slash earlier this year. I can see where people would say that he's not being used properly, but Kevin,
He got a lot more than most.
right? I think Kevin is doing better than a lot of other people. Is there anything really left for him to do on SmackDown right now? No, not really.
No.
So I think Kevin Owens being traded to Raw is the right move. But like I said, anybody that knows me knows I'm a Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen mark. Like I've been a Kevin Steen mark. So ever since he pushed me into Hammerstein Ballroom back in 2010, was it 10 or 11? 10 or 11. Trying to get to the ring, doing his in-ring segment. So let's see. You want to read this?
Yeah. Kevin was legit when he was US champ with Cena. He was legit when he had the story with Jericho. Now he's a talk show.
Your thoughts?
Well, I don't disagree. Like it's not like I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I guess when we get to Raw, we'll get there because I have a question for you, Mike.
Okay.
But we'll get there. We'll get there when we talk about Raw.
Okay. Well, the second round of the draft happened, and SmackDown is taking Drew McIntyre, which I think he needs a fresh start there. So yeah, SmackDown, that's a good move. Raw's keeping their tag team champions, RK Bro, which makes sense. SmackDown is taking the New Day, so that means that the New Day and Big E are split up from each other again. And hold on, before we get there, Raw, get this, is taking the Rated R Superstar. Edge. Shout out to Tony Chibble. But yeah, Edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fuck you, WWE, for breaking up the New Day again. I'm so
I think they did that just to mess with everybody.
I understand you want Big E to stand on his own.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all not listening to that coon. I mean, sorry. Sorry. I just don't. You know my sides are nothing but aggressive, but I just, I get you trying to keep Big E being Big E and keep the New Day, being Kofi and Xavier, separate from them. But I guess this is their way of breaking them up without really breaking them up,
right?
Which I rather this than have them turn on each other. I would rather this than have them turn on each other. And I don't ever want the New Day to break up. I think I think somebody, I don't remember who tweeted this, what podcast tweeted it. I'm so sorry. But there was like, the New Day should never break up. They are one of the greatest. And when you really think of the optics and stuff like that, a lot of factions in WWE have gone through more changes than Destiny's Child. and it's just for the fact that they've always been them and they've worked for this long. Because remember, DX broke up, got back together. There was DX split. You remember the DX split. Yeah. There's adding new members, even with the Four Horsemen, the NWO.
Yep.
For a long time, even with the Hart Foundation, adding new members and stuff like that. For a long time, you've never seen a wrestling conglomerate be together and be the same iteration throughout the test of time. Yeah. And you literally have two world champions in the New Day.
Yeah.
You have multiple tag team champions in the New Day. And a future King of the Ring. That's spoiler. New Day, I like the fact that they're doing this. This is a lot better than breaking up the New Day. They broke up the New Day, but without really breaking up the New Day. Yeah. And I think this will be good for them in the long run, because when big moments happen, they can come together.
Yeah.
and it's not like you're coming up with some SmackDown, something like that. But I hate it, but I'm okay with it. If
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I mean, I couldn't put it better than that. I think that the New Day is a team. I know there's some people that's like the New Day is stale and things of that nature. I do see that also, but I mean, I I think that how they're doing it where they're splitting them up and not splitting them up, and they're keeping Kofi, um
Which they honestly
Kofi
could
and
have done with
Xavier.
the Iconics, but I'll leave that alone.
You said icon. Oh yeah, the inspiration. Yeah, well, they were just in Jersey this past weekend too, but we'll get there. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's good that they are splitting them up, but not really splitting them up. So let's keep going here. DJ Mikey Q says feel free to leave comments, like, and share. Yeah, it's a good guy. Anyway, yeah, I know that guy. He's a good guy.
I know. I know him
Yeah.
too. I've known him for quite some time. I haven't seen him in a while.
He's busy. All right,
Yeah,
pal.
always.
So, all right, pal. What? So, what happens? Okay, so we get Edge, doing an in ring because he wants to confront Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins is Seth. You already know.
Put
Seth
yourself over,
Rollins.
Mike.
Seth Rollins is at Edge's home. Okay. And it gave me a lot of Austin Pillman stuff from '96.
It was
gave
giving
me
Austin Pillman.
it was given Triple H, Randy from 2009.
You've
That
been
was
around me
funny.
too long.
Yeah. It was given. What else was it? It was given all of that, right? So I'm like, okay. See, I know I was gonna get it.
Yeah, you've been around me too long. It's fine.
Yeah. But anyway, so I like the setup, right? With Seth being at Edge's home, and even Seth's like, because okay, the door being open, a little cheesy, but I guess because
Don't nobody keep you busted this door, you're gonna get a bullet in between your eyes. Let's just be
there are
real.
places. Let's keep it real. Edge and Beth. I'm not disclosing anything crazy, right? They live in North Carolina, I believe. Actually, I think they do live.
Like
somewhere.
I said,
yeah. So
you busted my door, you're gonna get a bullet in between your eyes.
did anyone catch the hidden broken door in that segment? No, I didn't see that.
No,
I didn't see that.
I gotta look at that again. I really didn't.
Nah, I gotta watch that segment back now.
I do too. Shit.
But anyway, Seth is just he's basically going around the Edge's rooms or Edge and Beth's rooms and just disrespecting them pretty much in their own home. And Edge is going crazy. Not an actual door. Edge is going crazy. I gotta watch it back. Edge is going crazy. He calls Beth, and this was a funny moment because like I caught it live, but I didn't know exactly who he was talking about. He said, "Yeah, I called Danny and David."
I peeped that. That was funny.
It,
I laughed. That was good.
But you know what? I thought he was talking about David Heath, whose ring name is Gangrel, of course. Back to the Brew days. But no, social media so nicely told me David and Danny are the real names of FTR.
FTR.
You know what I'm saying? Wait. Okay. Jonathan says, I'm talking about the phone call. I just got it. Okay, I just got it.
The hidden broken door. Oh, okay. All right. 2 plus 2 is exactly 4. I understand.
Right. Wow. Okay. Yes. Okay. So yes, we got that. We got that. Anyway, yes, FTR. The real names of FTR is Danny and David. Come on, guys. Yeah. Right over my head. Like,
I'm blaming the crown.
I can't even blame the crown. I want a 30-day no alcohol thing, so I can't even blame the crown. Man, that went right over my head. You got it, Jonathan. Like, oh man, that was good. Yeah, yes, you did catch it. I thought that was a cool touch because he is friends with FTR. He being Edge, pronouns pal, and they actually live in North Carolina. So It was apparently a lot of people live in the Carolinas. Like, it's very interesting. Okay.
I've come across quite a few. One of whom we no longer talk about.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. All right. So, we had Carmella and Liv Morgan. They had a segment, and that was that. That was that. Let's keep going. So the third round of the draft, SmackDown's keeping Corbin and Moss. Raw's keeping Rhea and Nikki. Hit Row drafted the SmackDown.
The Hit fucking Row. Hit Row. I'm shocked. I was very shocked when they chose Hit Row, only because of Swerve hasn't chosen, or excuse me, rewind, real talk. Okay, hasn't defended his that was a way cool Easter egg. Hasn't defended. I'm ignoring that comment because I'm trying to lose it. But
all right, I'm sorry. I had a moment there. God, I'm sorry.
but Swerve hasn't defended his NXT North American title, which I guess we'll get there when we get to NXT. And literally since he's won it. So I was very shocked when they drafted Hit Row to SmackDown. When I'm happy, I love it. Let's make something real quick and clear. Mm-hmm. So I've seen the comments about Hit Row and stuff like that, and they're not too nice. And I just didn't understand because a lot of some of your faves was called up for NXT a little too early. It wasn't good. So I think Hit Row has it. I think for the most part, a lot of the issues specifically goes to BFAB because why not? Because a lot of y'all niggas hate black women. But I think with BFAB, whenever she does continue to wrestle, I think with her having people such as Charlotte and the other women that have been drafted to the roster, I think she'd be in good hands. Yeah. But I think for now, if they're gonna keep her as a manager and stuff like that, a part of Hit Row, as long as you don't break Hit Row, don't ruin good things, Vince. Okay, keep the coke away from Bruce.
Wait, is this real? Hold on, I'm sorry, V, but is this real? It says breaking news: AJ Mendez or AJ Lee, as we or AJ Lee is a part of the WoW wrestling team. Is this real? Women of Wrestling?
Nigger, what? I'm sorry.
I'll pull it up so that our viewers can watch also. But somebody just sent it to me.
What?
And Wilkins of the Jobber Tears podcast also liked it.
What the hell? Holy shit!
Hold on, let me just make sure before I'm. Yeah, let's do our
Women of Wrestling. Holy shit! No,
they posted it, right?
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ooh. Ugh. Tessa Blanchard. Anyway.
Yeah, I heard.
Fuck her. Fuck her. Okay. So she'll be providing. She'll be providing color commentary during each broadcast of Women in Wrestling.
That's a start. That's
a start. This is wow.
Hold on. Let's put it up on the screen here. Okay, you guys see it? Yeah, there it is. There's this is what I saw. Breaking news.
Wow.
Yeah, there it is, right? We can see it. Everybody.
You know what? This is cool. This is fine. Yeah. If she can't, I know Punk was talking about how she can't really wrestle because of neck problems. That's fine. Put her on color commentary. I don't have a problem with this. But get Tessa Blanchard out here. Fuck her. And that's on black women.
This is yeah. This is
amazing. You know how I feel about Tessa.
Look, I do. Okay. Well, as you were saying, I'm sorry about BFAB and her working with some of the other talented women on the roster. I think you were saying that she's gonna improve. Is what
she's gonna? She's gonna improve. I think she's gonna be in good hands, especially if we'll get. I'll say how I feel once we get to the next couple of rounds of the draft picks. But I think I think B-Fab is going to be in good hands. I think she's not there, but I think with her getting TV time and because she has the charisma and all of her roles just has the charisma, and I think they were in God Top Dollar's hometown of Baltimore,
Yeah.
and shout out to Baltimore. Let me stop. Y'all gonna kick my ass. I'm sorry. Omar's not coming. No, but but but
Okay. All right.
but honestly, they were in Top Dollar's hometown, and I think that was a good moment because there was a segment or like a WWE.com segment where he was like literally emotional. You could see the tears in his eyes,
Yeah.
and I think Hit Row is going to do fine on the main roster. I think as a conglomerate, they are
Yeah.
main roster ready. I think BFAB just needs a little bit more tuning, but like I said, for the fact that a whole bunch of talented women on the roster, on SmackDown roster, have been drafted, I think she's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I think she's going to improve. And for the fact that they have Charlotte, when she sells for whoever she wants to.
Yeah.
And other people, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched it or whatever. But I think B-Fab is going to be fine. I think Hit Row is going to be fun. I'm very excited for Hit Row on SmackDown. I really am.
The only thing I'm gonna say is I don't think it's too early for Swerve. I do think it's too early for the rest of Hero, but I am happy for them. That's what I'm gonna say. I think it's not just B-Fab. I think all three of them besides Swerve, they all need work. But you know what? It is what it is. Like you said, there's been other people that have been called up to the main roster before they were ready, and they achieved great heights.
They
So
sank or swim.
exactly. So congratulations to Hit Row. I was
I'm
happy.
very happy. I love Hit Row.
I do too. I love Hit Row as well, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like they're ready for the main roster. They're not.
Oh no,
But
I think they need more. Not as like I said, not as a whole, not just B-Fab because I love B-Fab. It's like I know she's
hate her
gonna get
name. I'll tell you that much. I hate her name. I wish they would just call her Brianna, like her real name is, but it is what it is.
B-Fab,
And I hate
don't have a
Top
problem
Dollar
with
as
B-Fab.
well. I hate the Top Dollar name
Okay,
also. I'm not
the
just gonna
Top Dollar name I do dislike, but a lot of these people pick them, so it's like I don't. If they like, if they like it, that's not my business. I'm not in the ring. I'm not taking bumps. So, but I think it's just I'm just thinking of the possible Hit Row in the Bloodline, but we'll get that later. Hit Row and Bloodline, Hit Row and New Day.
I just hope that it doesn't. Hit Row doesn't end up like Sanity, where it's like okay, they get called up and then
oh no, I'll be pissed.
It could happen. We've seen it.
So pissed. I'm like, no, take them back to NXT because they were just fine, exactly the way they were.
Yeah, I agree.
Ruin them and like they ruined Sanity. Sorry.
Yeah. Look what they did to Eric Young.
They ruined Sanity.
But
I have a lot of faith in Hit Row, and I think, there's faith in Hit Row, and they have the ability, and they're good as a conglomerate, and they just work well together.
They do work very well together. And I think I do think that Top Dollar and Adonis and I think those two work good together as a team. I think Brianna can get better. She just she's got to get more work in the ring. And Swerve, I think Swerve is the only one out of that group that's like ready for main roster. But it is what it is. We'll see what they do. All right. So Keith Lee stays on Raw. We had
Keith Bearcat Lee.
Right, Keith Bearcat Lee. Stays on Raw. No surprise there. Looks like he's in line for a big push. So we'll see what happens with Keith Lee. New Day and Street Profits versus the Dirty Dogs and Alpha Academy. New Day and Street Profits get the win. Let's see. So we're for the start of the 4th round of the draft. Naomi is selected by SmackDown.
The doll. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
Yeah, and Sonya says, yeah, this obviously wasn't my pick. So more build up here from
Bitch,
for
nobody
Sonya.
asked you. Sorry.
More build up here for Sonya and Naomi, which is good. Raw's taking the Mysterios. Okay, Jeff Hardy's going back to SmackDown, and Raw drafts Austin Theory from NXT.
Man.
I mean, okay, all right. Austin was ready for TV before, so I guess he's ready again now. It looks like, well, we'll get to NXT, but I have my thoughts on what's going on in NXT. Okay. Jonathan says, I swear I had a WTF moment with Ziggler and Rude until Dolph spelled. Okay, yeah, okay. Spelled that shit out to perfection. Okay, I want to say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When Dolph, I think this was on Raw though, so I don't really want to get there yet. I think this was on Raw when they had the in ring with Dolph and Rude, and I think he's talking about with the McIntyre and Big E segment. I think that was on Raw. I think, but I'm pretty sure that was on Raw. Yeah, it was on Raw. It was on Raw. But they had a segment. Basically, we'll get there. But Dolph had a segment with Rude. I guess we can get there now. Yeah, it was Raw. Okay. We'll talk about it a little bit more. But Dolph had a great promo on Raw, and I'll get there. But it made sense. Look at that.
Yeah,
promos being good because they make sense. Who would have thought, right?
Even coming from somebody that's mid.
Right? Mid. We'll get there. All right. So okay, that happened. What else? We get a backstage with Jeff. He's interrupted by Brock Lesnar, who says he's a free agent and thanks Paul Heyman. Roman tells Paul Roman tells Paul to go to Raw and make sure that the Usos, I'm not telling it, make sure that the Usos get drafted to SmackDown. Okay, and tell the Usos to go with Paul. So, all right, in the main event, we had Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Becky Lynch was on commentary. Good back and forth from Sasha and Bianca. We get a roll up off a distraction from Sasha after Becky gets involved. No surprise there. And we get Charlotte coming out there to attack both Bianca and Sasha as we go up there with Becky and Charlotte standing tall with their respective titles. And that was Friday Night SmackDown. Hated the finish. I expected the finish.
I also hated the finish because, I mean,
you guys didn't think you was going to get a clean win, did you?
Leave
like what?
Leave it to WWE, but I'll get to Raw later and how they confiscated the Black Wrestling Draw sign. But
what?
This is not the first time.
I know it's not, but I didn't know it got confiscated. Wow.
Oh, sure did.
Wow.
But I guess leave it to WWE. I'll leave that. There's some things I want to say, and I won't say it. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Holding her hair, come on, man. Yeah.
Leave it to WWE. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm leaving it alone. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, expected this. Let's go back and forth. Becky is great on commentary. By the way, I just want to say that because she's just so obnoxious. It's hilarious.
She is. And I think her and Seth's stylist is black because every time it just you can tell. Well, it's a certain style that we have. Yeah. Their stylist is black. And I can tell. Both of their stylists is black.
I think they have the same stylist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But Becky's been looking real good. I think was it last week she had Cookie Monster, and then the week before she had Elmo. Now she got Oscar the Grouch. Yeah. Like what you do in the Sesame Street? Like who's this? Big Bird, like Snuffleupagus, Telly, like Prairie Dawn. This tells you that.
All right.
Tells you children. I love kids. It's just I'm around them all the time. But it's
I hear you.
like Grover, like who the fuck is next? But Becky, honestly, Becky has been looking really good lately. I'm like, okay, all right, Becky,
She
I
had a
see
great
you.
Bar and Arnie, yeah, Bar and Arnie. But
Okay,
you
I'll leave
know,
that alone. Also,
okay. But
no,
anyway,
moving
right.
on.
Moving on. But yeah,
Okay.
Becky had a comment on commentary where I think Michael Cole was like, "How do you feel about it being a triple threat?" He was like, "Come on, Michael, I won the main event of WrestleMania in a triple threat. You think I'm scared of a triple threat?" Yeah, I thought that was a great comeback.
I
You
mean,
know, so
even though Bianca's WrestleMania main event was better, but anyway, it was.
what do you give
It was.
SmackDown?
It was. So I'm gonna give SmackDown a 2 count.
Okay.
I'm gonna give SmackDown a 2 count.
All right, there it is.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know how to feel about the draft picks, especially the supplemental draft.
I didn't even look at that stuff. I didn't even look.
Yeah, I mean,
did I miss anything?
not really.
No. Okay. Yeah, leave that 2 count up there. I gave Raw a 2 count as well. Before we continue, so I tried to watch Impact Wrestling this past week. Guess what? It never recorded on my DVR. Impact, get it together. Get it together, because this is not the first time this has happened. Sometimes they have this thing where 2 count. I like the Sonya reaction to announcing Naomi. Yeah, I mean, it plays into their character. I'm with that also. But yeah, so sometimes Impact does not record because it has, instead of saying Impact Wrestling, like in the title, it'll say sign off or something like that on the Access channel, and it won't record because it's saying sign off instead of Impact. So I don't have that type of issue with any other company. Impact, get it together. Okay, thanks. All right.
Well, actually, I just want to talk about the supplementary draft on SmackDown.
Okay.
A couple of people are going to be in SmackDown. Aaliyah Grande have been moved to SmackDown.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Drew Gulak,
yeah,
Mustafa Ali, Mansoor. I guess they broke up. Mace and T-Bar. And Tony Storm.
Hopefully we get their actual names back down. You said Tony Storm is still on SmackDown? She's
still on SmackDown. And just with the simple draft, Akira Tozawa don't care. Alpha Academy was moved to Raw. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz were moved to Raw. Piper Nevins, because I'm not calling her that offensive name, was staying on Raw. Drake Maverick stays on Raw. John Morrison stays on Raw. Nia Jax stays on Raw. R-Truth stays on Raw. The 24/7 champion stays on Raw. T-Bar stays on Raw. And Zelina Vega is moving over to SmackDown.
Wait, Zelina Vega, you said it's moving to SmackDown?
I'm sorry, moving to Raw. My bad.
Raw.
My bad.
All right. I mean, okay, whatever. I don't care about the supplementary draft or whatever.
I just want to report it.
Okay. Well, since we're on Friday night anyway, right? So Friday night I didn't catch SmackDown Live because I was at Battle Club Pro.
Yeah.
So just a couple of quick notes. There was a couple of production issues early. I have to be fair. Those are my guys, but I gotta be fair. There was some production issues. I guess they was recording the show, and at one point, so Joe Kim, who is the owner of the company, comes out there and yes, hold on. That's good broadcast journalism, V. Yeah.
Woo, let me just go ahead and stop you right there. I am not a journalist, nor do I claim myself to be a journalist.
You might be journalist now. We're media, whether you like it or not.
I don't want to claim something that I don't have a degree in. So it's just like,
all right. All right.
Well, I appreciate it, Jonathan. I appreciate it.
Definitely. All right. So back to Battle Club Pro for a second. So Joe Kim comes out there and he announces my good friend Janelle from HR, who is a part of the Jobber Tears podcast as well, is now a co-owner for Battle Club Pro. I am so proud of her.
Man,
Um, and she's one of the only black female owners that I know in wrestling. I don't know if there's any others. Like,
as far as I know, I'm not counting that. I was gonna say something rude. Never
oh,
mind. I was gonna say something
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
about that black lady at AEW.
Don't
So I was
do
gonna leave it
that.
alone.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was gonna leave that alone, but I'm very happy for her. Congratulations.
Yes. Congratulations to Janelle, a part of the Jabba Tears podcast, and now a co-owner for Battle Club Pro. What else happened? But when she was making her entrance, the music cut off and the lights cut off, and we're like, all right, running. No, not a part of the show. And Joe's a real person. Like, he's a real guy. He comes out there and he's like, look, guys, we messed up. Let's try this again. Give her that same pop that you just gave her.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. So good matches, really good matches. Darius Carter, he won his match against Harlow. I was so I sent via picture. I'm like, I should go right there, just take a swing at this guy right now.
Ain't got nothing to do with King B.
I know. But they had a good match. As much as I can't stand the All Father, that's what he calls himself. He ain't my daddy. But but anyway, as much as I
shout
can't
out to our dads.
Yeah, shout out to our dads. As much as I can't stand that guy, he had a good match with Harlow. Also Tasha Steelz versus Big Swole, one of the feature matches there. Just rub it in, Mike.
Big
Swole versus Tasha Steelz.
Mike was there.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. And I was there before the fans got in. Exclusive access.
You were there. I wasn't. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Ain't my daddy. All father, all fire. Yeah, I tell him what all father. All right, but anyway, so Tasha versus Big Swole, they had a really good match. Big Swole won via a roll up on Tasha, and
the most dangerous move in professional wrestling.
Oh God, tell me about it. Tasha couldn't kick out. She was, you know what I'm saying? She couldn't kick out. And then after the match, Tasha was so upset that she lost. She picked up the title championship or the title belt. I guess we could say belt here, right?
Yeah, we can say belt.
Okay. She picked up the title belt and she hit Big Swole right over the head with it. And I actually posted footage of that on my Instagram, and Big Swole had some things to say about Tasha after the match, which was really cool. So you a bitch. You're always gonna be a bitch. Like, I was like, oh, right in front of me, cutting a promo right in front of me. So that was cool.
Once again, I'm so mad. Okay, one day,
yeah,
Battle Club Pro is gonna have both King V and Mike in the building. It's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah. It's the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. Oh man, shout out to Simon Miller. Yeah, that's the what culture guy, right?
Yes.
All right, so yeah, I know. Just being a dick, but anyway, so yeah, and then we also had Santana versus Simon Gotch, another Simon versus Mike Drake, who is the franchise champion. They had a 3-way, and before the match, Santana said, "Nah, I'm all about creating environments." So he had everybody get up from their seats and surround the ring, kind of how they do it in like the UK. I think they do that in Progress Wrestling, where they're like slapping the mat as you're wrestling. So all of the fans got up and was just, I was just like, wow, this is a moment. And it's like slapping the mat as they're wrestling, which is also very dangerous because they're right by the ring, so they doing a spot to the floor, it could be bad. All in all, very good show. I think they're gonna do it again. I think sometime in maybe December, but don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's been released to the public yet. So, sorry if it hasn't. But it was a great show. If I had to rate the show, I give it a 3 count. It was really, really solid. So I just wanted to address that. And as always, thank you, Joe Kim. Thank you, Janelle. Wilkins, everybody that's involved, Ray, anybody that was involved in the process of making that show happen. And also thank you for inviting us, because we are invited. We, as in go for the pin. Thank you for my pops with the benefits though, so it's all good. He thanks you
that's
too.
fun.
Yeah, he thanks you also, because he got early access. He was media that night, B. So yeah.
Pops do media.
Yeah, he got to meet Tasha Stills, which was cool. Big Swole, and all of that. So it's cool. All right, let's move on to some more mainstream stuff here. All right, did you watch Rampage?
Did I watch Rampage? No.
If you didn't, it's fine. I just want to talk about the hair. I just want to talk about the hair versus hair match real quick. It was all right. Before man, all right, there's a couple of things. All right. So really quickly, Bryan Danielson gets a win over Nick Jackson via the cattle mutilation. I'm so happy he has brought cattle mutilation back into his arsenal, because he wasn't allowed to use it in WWE because Vince McMahon and the people that run the company said, we can't see your face, and that's the moneymaker. Once the cattle mutilation is on, you got to be able to sell your face, and we can't see your face, and it's hard to see the opponent's face. Tony Khan said, I don't care. Do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it.
I mean, I like the cattle mutilation.
I do too. I think it's a dope move. And I like that fans are still chanting his very old chant, a very non-PG chant. No, not the yes and no. They're doing that too. But
I know you're going to bring it on Limron.
Get your fucking head kicked in. Yeah. All right. So Bryan is back to kicking people's head in, is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, as he should be. Which is cool. Bryan gets the win via submission, cattle mutilation. Jay Cargill gets a win over Nyla Rose and Thunder Rosa.
The doll. Sorry.
This was a pretty quick match though. But yeah, Jade gets the win. It was like a hardcore match, I believe, because there was chairs involved and things like that. So
it was a lot of materials in the match.
Yeah. So good win there. Hair versus hair. Orange Cassidy versus Jack Evans. I didn't for one second think that Orange Cassidy was gonna get his head shaved. So it is what it is. But it looks like Jack Evans got his head shaved, and now he's gonna be sporting a new look. And I was not on the comments. Well, let's see here with Jonathan. Okay. I am a fan. Jade needs a rocket strapped to her back and pushed to the moon. Before I let V comment on that, because I know you will. Yes, agreed. More ring work is needed before a rocket is put there. I will say that. But she's getting there. She's getting there. I'm not saying she's not bad in the ring. Don't get me wrong. She's not bad, and I enjoy watching her work in the ring. But she is going to need to get a little bit better. But we got to keep in mind, she hasn't been wrestling that long. Mm-hmm. I agree about the ring work. Yeah, she needs to get the ring work together. But she has the personality and the character. I don't know if you want to.
That is a bad. Okay, that is a bad. Listen, all right. The funny thing is, the first time I've seen Jade Cargill is on Tumblr. Shout out to those who, all 5 of you.
Yeah, she was a Storm cosplayer, right?
Yes. Yeah. And that's the first time I've seen her. So I was like, yo, this woman is beautiful. She's tall. She has a physique. I'm like, this is a perfect woman to be Storm. And then I saw her in the ring. I was like, oh, okay, this makes a lot more sense now. Right. I will agree that she has a little bit of work to do, a little bit of polishing, but she's good. She's good for the most part. I think that when it comes to strapping her to the rocket and just pushing her to the moon, I agree to a degree. She has some work. Really quick, to that neck beard that had that sign,
beer break on,
the beer break. And from what I've seen on Twitter, he was only doing that during the women's matches. I see that you're going through a drought, and that's unfortunate for you because of the way you look. I don't think you can get any woman or man, whoever you're into, whoever you're into.
Right.
I'm gonna need you to reevaluate some of your personal life before you talk about a women's match being a beer break. And if you had a beer break, maybe stay off of the beer. Maybe you wouldn't be looking the way you do.
Wow.
Okay.
We got it
So
here.
keep it cute and keep it moving. So shout outs to Jay for flipping the raw.
There it is. Yeah.
Because, because honestly, like legit, just from based off the people that I follow, people that were actually there, he was only doing that to the women's matches. I'm sorry that you can't get no pussy.
Yeah.
That
All right.
nobody is,
Right.
nobody wants you, and that's okay. But you know who does want you? Maybe, I don't know, your mother. And maybe you should reevaluate your relationship with her before you talking about other women in wrestling.
Okay.
So how about you go ahead, take yourself to your basement that you probably live in with your mom, and just go ahead and just take those beers for those beer breaks. And how about you just drown yourself? How about that?
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway,
King V, ladies and gentlemen.
because I
And
don't give
non-binary.
not a single solitary fuck. But I think Jade is a star.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this now. I don't think I've said. I may have said it before in the show. I don't know. It's a lot of high grade willow trees that I've been under. How I feel about Jade is how I felt about Bianca Belair. And I'm gonna go ahead and stand by that. That's the hill that I'm gonna die on. Jade is gonna be a fucking star, and I think once she polishes up her ring work, which isn't bad, it isn't. It isn't
not bad, but
it's not Kelly bad. But she needs some work. But she's working with good workers. She's working with Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
She's working with Nyla Rose, who's really good in ring. Jade has a bright future, and I'm gonna go ahead and stand by that. Yeah, I think Jade has a bright future, and I'm gonna keep it at that.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, I give Rampage a 2 count before we go to Raw. And yeah, let's go to Raw. Let's get to it. I'm going on record. Jade equals TBS champion. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I agree.
I can see that happening.
I didn't watch Rampage. Whoa, go back. I didn't.
We're live, pal.
We're live, pal. I didn't watch, as of this recording, I did not watch AEW. I had personal matters to attend.
Yeah.
But I did see on Twitter the TBS championship. Just strap it to Jade. I agree. I think she should be the first AEW or TBS champion.
Yeah.
Or even if they give it to Thunder Rosa and have Jade dethrone her, that's fine. I think as long as Jade is champion at some point before she gets to the big championship, I think she's gonna use that to do well. Like I said, I think with the people that Jade is working with, she's gonna be a star.
Yeah.
And she's gonna surpass a couple of people in due time. If she goes at it, like if she has this rise to the top like Bianca Belair did, and I'm not trying to compare the both of them, but the trajectory personally for me, just for King V, I'm not speaking for Mike. Just the trajectory of how she's going, I feel like she's gonna have a Bianca Belair type of rise. In due time,
the thing is, I think Bianca was picked it up a little bit quicker than Jade is at this point in terms of the ring work, but we'll see.
And that's fine, but I'm not saying that she's gonna do it as fast as Bianca did. I'm just saying that she has.
And Bianca's like a unicorn in the sense of and what she is able to do is just not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like she's what, like a four sport athlete or something like that, 5 sport
Yeah,
athlete,
she's
something like that's
multiple
not
sports.
normal. So
Speaking of Jade, I'm gonna make this really quick and then we'll
yeah.
just move forward. So a lot of you palm colored people have been making this comparison to B Fab and J Cargo because they both have white hair.
Two different people.
They're two different people, two different characters. Just because they're black women with white hair doesn't mean that they're the same person. I know you all think we look alike. We all look alike.
They don't even look.
But clearly, if you can look at me and also look at Mike, we don't look alike at all.
Like
two different. I have hair. He doesn't. We're two different shades. I'm gonna need y'all to like keep your subtle racism to yourselves and just jump in the ocean and breathe deep. Moving on.
yeah, he said, yes, he did. He said.
I sure the fuck did. Sorry, Jeff. Sorry, Jeff. But
yeah, I'm sorry, Jeff. Too.
Oh man. But no, it's just annoying how black women are compared in the wrestling business if they have just some kind of inkling of having something similar. Like, as far as I remember, BFAB had the white hair for a while. Yeah. She had the white, the white braids for a while. So I'm just confused. Right. And Jade is, before I knew Jade as a wrestler, Jade Cargill as a wrestler, I've known her as a Storm cosplayer. So if you know comics, Storm's hair was always white.
Yeah.
So I'm just confused. But moving on. I just hate when people do that to our wrestlers. But it's fine. Moving on.
All right. So Monday Night Raw. We opened with the SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch coming out to talk about Charlotte and the Raw Women's Championship and how she's considering becoming a double champion again.
Becky Two Belts.
Becky Two Belts. I was about to call it Two Belts Banks, but that's another person.
That's not it. Completely different wrestler. Completely different race.
Yeah.
Not the same person. That's not it. That's not it.
Becky Two Belts. Which is funny because belts was always a banned word in WWE, and now they're letting Becky say Becky Two Belts, and she was calling herself that before the pandemic. So yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, Bianca comes out there and she has unfinished business with both Charlotte and with Becky. This leads to Sonya and Adam coming out to make the main event because Becky instigated it, which I thought was funny. We get Charlotte versus Bianca in the main event of Raw, which they was trying to say was the first time ever, but I guess you guys all forgot about NXT. But
because remember, Vince doesn't count NXT.
Yeah, apparently. So yeah, first time ever. Just insult our intelligence. That's one of the things that people don't like about WWE. It's many, but one of the things that people don't like about WWE is just the constant insults of people's intelligence. Like, it's just,
I'm not a fucking derelict. Like, I'm
right. Like, I saw the match, but
I watched it.
Right. Like, it was the build up to the real.
My eyes, when I have my glasses on, all four of them were looking at it.
Right. Same, right? So classic antagonistic move by Becky. Yeah, I mean she's Becky. Yeah, Becky's Becky. So we get the first round of the draft for Raw. Of course, Becky is the first one drafted, and no surprise there. SmackDown is keeping their tag team champions, the Usos. Bobby Lashley staying on Raw, and SmackDown's keeping Sasha Banks. Now, fine with everything else. Actually, all these picks is fine.
Yeah.
The issue I have is that whole big build-up from Roman Reigns on SmackDown. Oh, I want you to go to Raw. I want you to make sure that my brother, not my brothers, that my cousins.
Not it. Look at
it. That my cousins are drafted to SmackDown. Or else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they had this whole big story on SmackDown leading up to Raw, and then in the first round it's just like, all right, the Usos is drafted to SmackDown. I mean, drafted.
That doesn't make sense.
So what was the whole point of them going to the show?
What was the point? And there
What
was
was
no
the
backstage.
reason?
What was the reason? There was no backstage segment of like Paul trying to like convince.
Nothing.
There was no some kind of shady segment on SmackDown. There was none of that. No, exactly. There was no money shot.
yo, we are immature because I thought the same thing when I said that.
I'm like 3 years old, but there was
Yo.
no money shot. So what they did on SmackDown, I agree. I think that's my big problem with Raw. There's like inconsistencies, and I'm no selling. I'm Charlotte right now. I'm no selling.
Okay,
And
natural reaction.
and no, can't. No, but there was no particular moment where it's like, okay, backstage segment of like Paul talking to Sonya, or
Yeah.
it was none of that.
Trying to pay them off or something.
Exactly. But I guess.
So what was the reason? I asked again, but all right,
What
whatever.
was the reason? What was the reason? Coronavirus. Stop. I'm done.
For the people that got that, then, all right, hold up. There should have
Thank
been
you.
a segment of the Usos intimidating Deville or Adam or nothing. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it. Damian Priest versus Jeff Hardy. This was pretty good. Jeff gets rolled up in a crucifix after the Swanton Bomb. After the match, Jeff is interviewed. Austin Theory, who's newly drafted to Raw, comes out there and he's basically being a mark. I grew up watching you, Jeff. Can I take a selfie? Right? And I'm just like scratching my head. You can't trust this.
I was like, this is not.
Yeah, exactly. So Austin lays out Jeff Hardy. I think it's called the AT. I forgot what it was called. AT. Austin Theory something. It's AT something. Lays out Jeff Hardy and then takes his selfie with Jeff Hardy. I thought this was good. Good way to bring in Austin Theory to Raw. So we'll see what happens. Willow. Oh man, you just took it back to like the TNA days.
Do we get a heel Jeff Hardy?
No, I don't think so.
It's just a completely different Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I think he loses to Austin Theory probably next week. And
oh yeah, because remember they didn't they drilled it into our heads. The job doesn't take effect until after Blood Money. I mean Crown Jewel.
No, he was right. Blood Money. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, don't care about that. Okay, Shayna Baszler versus Dana Brooke. Okay. I knew this was gonna end well for Dana. It's like, oh, she still goes there. Interesting. But
I have my feelings about Corey Graves.
What was very interesting? Yeah. What was that about?
I'm gonna need him to worry about his neck than worry about Dana. Sorry.
So hold on. Give me 1 second. Him being Jeff Hardy, pronouns pal. Him losing to
Theory. Really to get sure this is pronouns pal. Make it all inclusive for everyone.
Right. Hardy losing to Theory will bring a heel persona out. Sorry. Maybe. I don't know.
TBD.
Yeah. TBD. Where the hell is Dana Brooke been? I don't know.
The funny thing is, the people were saying that she was pregnant. And okay, something to discuss. It's annoying when women let me rephrase that. The people with ovaries, who are not seen on TV for a while, the first thing people think is that they're pregnant. Maybe they're just not being used. Everything's not led to pregnancy. They're not Becky. They're not Lady Maga. Lady Maga, you know what I'm talking about.
I do. That's why I looked away.
Think like a lady. Anyway,
yeah,
that one.
She should be back soon as well.
I hope she has a very healthy pregnancy. I'm always here for healthy pregnancy.
Yeah.
But it's annoying. They just wasn't using Dana. I'm glad that they used Dana, but to get to Corey Graves and his neck made of straw. That burial of Dana was really unnecessary,
Yeah.
and there's a point of trying to get them over as a baby face and then just bury.
No, it was a
I
burial.
personally,
It was a
it
burial.
was a burial, and not for nothing. I like Dana.
Yeah.
I believe that she regressed since NXT,
Oh yeah. Big time.
but that's only because she wasn't on TV. And
Well, if she was over, maybe she would have been on TV. Sorry.
if they actually left her on TV, maybe she could have a chance to get over. But
Touche.
but it was just the commentary specifically from Corey. He gets moist over his girlfriend,
So
who's not that good of a wrestler either. But it was just what was.
She's better than Dana, but all right.
Is she?
Yes.
I'll leave that alone.
Yes.
But it was just the particular comments. I don't know if it was Vince or
this is what I was gonna say. Yeah, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I don't know if it was Vince feeding him lines or Bruce sniffing coke and feeding him lines, and I feel like it was unnecessary and uncalled for.
Yeah.
Because if you felt that way about her, get rid of her or put it down to NXT. There's no reason to be not even rude, like embarrassing her to a point. It was very Triple H Booker TT, but
okay,
well, minus the racism. But I thought that was unnecessary because if you felt that way, or if you wanted to portray Dana as a babyface or a sympathetic babyface, y'all could do that without literally burying her because excuse me, sorry y'all, but we're live, pal.
Yeah, we are live, pal.
That was brought to you today by Crown Peach. But it's just like, why would you do that? I didn't like it. Like, I understand like trying to make somebody a sympathetic babyface, but I wasn't a fan of that. I thought that was unnecessary, uncalled for. And I thought that those comments were a bit egregious. That's just me personally.
Okay, so what I got from it was this was not coming from Corey. I did not for one. When I started hearing, I was like, because I'll even comment on what Jonathan said. Corey's a natural. Okay, he's a natural heel anyway. So did we expect anything different?
Shut up, Jonathan.
He's a natural heel, so did we expect anything different? Yes, because he's on commentary. Here's the thing, right? It did not sound like it was coming from Corey. And I remember saying it. I was like, no, that sounds like that's directly from Vince. That sounds like.
But my whole thing is, if you felt that way about her, why keep her?
I don't know, but because you need people to do the job. If we're gonna be honest, you need people to go. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, you finish, man. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that you need people to go out there and lose and to put over other people. I mean, yeah, well, because he's a natural heel. Jonathan, I've seen him in person, asked him for an autograph, and he ghosted me hard. Yeah, I mean, he's a natural heel, but I've seen him do that too. But yeah, I mean, I think that when I heard it, it did not sound good for Dana. Like, I mean, not just the comments, but just I'm just talking about like her employment with the company looks like it's not going to be much. It's not going to be much longer before she's out.
I agree. But my whole thing is like, you want people to improve on TV. When you keep them in the back, they can't improve.
Yeah.
It's just like, you could put, because honestly, Dana had regressed
Yeah.
from NXT because I really liked her in NXT, and you know, put her in the back to do fucking nothing.
Yeah. As far as careers, Corey
You
Graves
know,
and Big Johnny. We talking about Johnny Ace? Is that the
feel
Johnny
like that one.
people power?
um, I sound like the crypt keeper. But anyway, it's just like you don't put people on TV.
Yeah.
You don't even put them on Superstars, a main event, or something like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna expect them to regress because they're not getting the opportunity to show them what they can do. And it's not like, yes, Dana did regress, okay, but you give Dana the right opponent, she does pretty good.
Yeah. That's okay.
So it's just like, if you wanted to get rid of her, you should have got rid of her during. I'm not saying get rid of Dana because I actually like Dana Brooke, but I'm not saying get rid of her. If you wanted to get rid of her, then you should have fucking got rid of her a long time ago. Balloon fucking releases you would do.
Yeah, I mean, I never advocate for anybody losing it. Well, I don't advocate for most people losing their job. How about saying
you know exactly who I advocate to lose job, Jack Striker. But that's not the point.
How is he still employed?
How you think?
Never
how you
mind.
think?
Yeah,
no. Answer that question. No, Mike. Answer that question. How you think?
I have a couple of ideas, right? But
I know one. I know the main one. But
does that have to do with the ex-president? All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
Sure do.
Okay.
But I just feel like that was unnecessary for Dana. And shout outs to those who actually came to her defense. Yeah. Because it was just like it was unnecessary to me. I don't think you shouldn't have buried her like that. It's just like one of those things where it's like, damn, the girl is actually on TV for once in a while, and you do that to her. Here's a stretch. Did we stifle Dana Brooke because of her change of appearance? I really hope that's not the case, and I really don't want to ask that question. Yeah, okay. So, okay. I'm trying to word this the right way. A lot of the lady talent in WWE go through some changes. Whether it's up top, the bottom, the face, I don't want to say that because if we're being honest, besides Bianca Belair, Dana Brooke has one of the best physiques on that roster. She is a bodybuilder. Let's not forget that. She is a bodybuilder and also a gymnast. Mm-hmm. So I can't say, Jonathan. I can't say. I can't be sure. But we're gonna keep going. But if people that are not good at wrestling could still have jobs, I'm not gonna name a couple of people. Then it makes no sense how you bury Dana. But then again, nepotism comes into play. But that's neither here nor there. But let's move on.
Okay, so we go back to the stage. Next round of the draft. AJ Styles is staying on Raw with Omos. SmackDown's taking Shayna Baszler. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Kevin Owens is coming back to Raw. Mm-hmm. And SmackDown gets NXT's Xia Li. All right. That's cool. Zaya's ready, so I'm happy.
There's gonna be some ass kicking. There's gonna be some slow singing and flower bringing on SmackDown.
Yeah, let's try not to stiff the girls too much, Zaya. But yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for Zaya. Kevin Owens needed. Oh no, you remember? Oh no. You remember? Poor Leah Grande? Yeah, yeah, okay.
I'm talking about Mercedes Martinez.
Oh, Mercedes as well.
My good sis got knocked the fuck out.
I was talking about she broke Aaliyah's nose.
She did.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I was watching. I was like, oh my god.
She's also a martial artist.
Exactly. So
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. She can't help it. She's a martial artist. She's a martial artist. I think that's the best way. I'm not even trying to make an excuse for her. but she is a martial artist, and martial artists do connect.
Yeah.
So I can't. Yeah, moving on.
Okay. Big E comes to the ring, and this is what we kind of teased during SmackDown. There was an in-ring with Big E, Drew McIntyre, who wants a title opportunity now that Big E is champion, which makes sense. I mean, he couldn't challenge as long as Bobby Lashley was champion, so it makes sense. Dolph and Robert Roode come out there, and I'm like, all right, at first I'm like, what is this about? But then when Dolph starts explaining it, I'm like, you know what? Dolph is right. They need to thank Dolph Ziggler. I'm in my living room like Dolph has a point. Because when Big E started, it was Big E, Dolph Ziggler, and AJ Lee. And Dolph was the star at the time. When Drew, yes, yes, he was the world champion. I'm not doing this with you tonight.
AJ was the fucking star, but we'll leave that alone. Go ahead.
Well, and then when Drew came to the main roster, when Drew came to the main roster, he was paired with Dolph Ziggler, and he started getting over with the whole Dolph Ziggler thing. So Dolph kind of had a good point when he played that video package and everything like that. So Xia Li is the girl with the black and white face paint that wrestled last night on NXT. No,
completely different.
Xia hasn't wrestled on NXT in like almost 2 months. I think since
that's not Xia Li. It's not.
Yeah, who's the girl with the face? I'm trying
it's basically Karen Q. NXT is Karen Q, but I forgot Mei Ying.
Oh, Mei Ying, yeah.
That's who you're talking about.
Yeah,
AKA Karen Q.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who that is.
Okay. Yeah. Please reference HBK and Diesel. Yeah, I mean, it made sense.
Since he wants to be HBK so bad.
Heartbreak mid in the flesh.
All right, Mr. WrestleMania pre-show.
WrestleMania pre-show. There you go. All right. Well, that was a good setup for a tag team match that Drew and Big E won. And that was the segment there. No problem there. I thought that was good stuff there. Kevin Owens comes out to address the universe, to address the WWE universe. Kara Tozawa wants to face somebody. Kevin lays him out a stunner. Nothing segment here really, just to get Kevin on TV. Tag team rematch between Nikki, Rhea, Natty, and Tamina. Nothing match here really. Rhea and Nikki retain. I'm going through this as quick as I can. Goldberg and Bobby Lashley had an in-ring. The Hurt Business tried to attack Goldberg, but got laid out for their efforts, which led to a New Day versus Hurt Business match. New Day defeat the Hurt Business of Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Before Xavier screams, "Crown me!"
Please.
Okay, which if you watched Ready to Rumble, that's hilarious. Just go out and watch Ready to Rumble if you haven't. Xavier wants to be crowned King of the Ring, and we'll see if that happens. We'll see if it happens. I'm trying to get through this. Okay, Randy wanted a match with Omos, but there was no match. They basically wanted to get the upper hand. Randy lays out AJ with an RKO, and they powder out. In the final round of the draft, we get Carmella coming to Raw, which of course Corey was very happy about because his boo thing is now there. Is that his wife now, or is it his fiance? Fiance?
I don't know. I only like one out of the two. So yeah.
SmackDown takes Ridge Holland. Raw gets Gable Stevenson, Olympic gold medalist Gable Stevenson. And SmackDown drafts Sami Zayn. Gable Stevenson.
Shout out to rape allegations.
It looks like Gable's gonna pass NXT and go straight to the main roster. As I read this comment, Yes, B, I heard you. Is there a golden guys division of WWE? Goldberg would be the champ. I'm so sick of him. Oh
Goldberg
man.
should just be drafted to
Golden
hell.
guy.
Because
Oh man. Hmm?
Goldberg should be drafted to hell. I don't care.
You know what's funny?
That's on Brett.
I was listening to, and this is going to be a hip hop reference for people that listen to hip hop that watch this show. I was listening to an old song by Jim Jones. It was a Ballin' remix.
I knew you
And
were gonna go
it
there.
was
Okay.
oh,
Go
you know,
ahead.
okay. It was
Go
the
ahead,
Ballin'
just say
remix.
it.
And he was talking about he being Jimmy was talking about Jay-Z and Nas. And he said, yo, y'all two remind me of the Golden Girls. Two old bitches.
Thank you for being
Yo,
a friend.
that's what that comment made me think of.
Condoms, Rose. Condoms. Sorry, I love the Golden Girls. Love that show.
Right. Wait, Betty's the only one still with us, right?
Huh?
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White is the only one left. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a moment. You just reminded me of that, Jonathan.
Yeah,
the Golden Girls.
She's the only one that's left.
All right, so versus okay, wait. Versus what? About Gable Stevenson just V's face. At Gable Stevenson. I was looking down and then I looked up and then I saw it.
I mean, rape allegations don't do much. Clearly, it was like murder, racism,
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Who gonna pop me and nobody?
Okay, so we had Bianca versus Charlotte in the main event. Good back and forth again. Becky was out there. We get a DQ finish because of course we get a DQ finish after Becky gets involved, and then Sasha lays out Becky and mocks her as we go off the air with Sasha Banks standing tall at the end of Monday Night Raw.
So let's put the title on Sasha. Honestly, if no, because you know what, I was okay with this ending.
Yeah,
I was okay with this ending. That's all I got.
All right. What do you give Raw as a whole?
Before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the supplemental draft.
Oh yeah, that
because for Raw, I can't really. I'm just thinking. So Dana Brooke stays on Raw. Fuck you, Corey Graves. The Dirty Dogs are going to Raw. The Hurt Business stays on Raw. Jackson with 3 Ks. Riker stays on Raw. Unfortunately. Jinder Mahal and Shanky. Weird.
Yeah.
Which I won't get to the racial undertones of that because I am not Indian. Goes to SmackDown. Liv Morgan goes to Raw.
Yeah.
The Blasian Baddie, of course, I saw this coming. Mia Yim, did you know who her fiance is? Is on Raw.
Yeah.
The Miz stays on Raw. Natalya stays on SmackDown. Shotzi Blackheart stays on SmackDown. Nobody meaner. She stays on Raw. She goes to Raw. Tegan Knox, which they just broke up another tag team, and crack. She goes to Raw. And Veer, who was the other part of Shanky and Veer, stays on Raw.
I mean, all right.
So as of this recording, we have the free agents: Brock Lesnar, Asuka, who is currently injured,
right?
Bailey, who's also injured, Elias, he died. I don't know.
Goes there? Oh, okay.
The Eva Marie, Lacey Evans, who is pregnant.
Yeah.
Lucha House Party, we don't know how long they're gonna be around. Slapjack, question mark, wasn't drafted, and Titus O'Neil wasn't drafted. Titus O'Neil wasn't drafted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No. Did you see this
You
tweet?
damn right, Jonathan. I've breezed by even because I don't give a fuck. All right, sorry.
So apparently Liv Morgan had posted, I don't know if you see the screen right now, but Liv Morgan had posted, "We're destined to do this forever," in response to Kevin Owens being drafted again every year. Kevin Owens and Liv Morgan are drafted to the same roster for some reason. Britt Baker,
D
Dr. Britt Baker,
M D.
right, DMD, the current AW
There you go.
women's champion.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. I was gonna get it.
All right.
She tweeted interesting. So I don't know. Some people was making a thing out of that. I thought she was just tweeting her friends, but you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah, and of course V just breezed by Eva Marie. I mean, you
Because
know.
fuck her. Anyway.
Okay, and that was the draft.
Yeah.
What did you think about Raw as a whole there?
Ah,
Jonathan gave it a 1 count.
You know, I'm gonna have to agree.
Okay. 1 count. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going 2 count for Raw. I thought it was all right. And yeah, any brief notes about NXT 2.0 before we get up out of here?
Honestly, a couple of things.
Okay.
Raw, no. I've actually
That's not it.
enjoyed NXT. NXT started off with Ember Moon versus Mandy Rose with Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
Ember Moon sells her ass off.
Yo.
And you know, Mandy Rose, it was a good idea to move Mandy back in NXT because I'm really, you know, I've always thought she had something. I've always felt that she had something.
Yeah.
And she's really shining right now as the leader of Toxic Attraction.
Yeah.
So Mandy picks up the win by a you know, I know she can't use the bed of roses, her faceplant.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore, but she does the bicycle knee, and it looks good every time that she does it.
It's a great knee strike, but it was an even better sell by Ember Moon. I mean,
yeah, that sell was really good
because it looked like Mandy killed Ember on that knee strike, and she barely touched her. And anybody that knows wrestling knows she barely touched her, but it looked amazing. And it's just you're supposed to. Mandy made it look like it was supposed to, and Ember sold how she was supposed to.
Like it was supposed to. Yeah, I agree, Jonathan. Go ahead and post that for me.
Oh, okay. Hold on. There we go.
Mandy Rose is on fire right now, and it's a good look. MSK, so we'll get the MSK later. NXT is on the rise, in my opinion. You know what? I agree. Mike may not agree. I like what they're doing with NXT. Because it's starting to feel like how it used to me, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with NXT, but I'll let you say how you feel about NXT, and then I'm gonna move on to the next match.
I enjoyed this one. I did say that it does look like they're realizing the people that are gonna be stars or they think is going to be stars, and they're intertwining them with the people that are already stars, and it's working now. I think it was a couple of weeks where I'm like, I don't know, you know, but I am enjoying it now more than I was in previous weeks. I'll say that. Odyssey Jones and LA Knight.
Yes, that's what I was getting to. Odyssey Jones and LA Knight. LA Knight gets the win. I just want to say that Odyssey Jones is a star.
Yeah.
And I want people to see that. I love LA Knight or Eli Knight. But
yeah.
Odyssey Jones has something special. He has something special, you know, as a bigger guy, shout out to the big boys. It's our season.
Big boy season, yeah.
It's getting cold. But he really has something special. And I hope he gets to show exactly what he's made of. Jonathan Thomas says if Mandy gets brought up again, he needs to go up with the other two ladies as a package deal. I agree.
The other two ladies' names are JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, aka Priscilla Kelly. Let's not.
Yeah, orange haired Paige, and the other one.
Okay, so
So next we have
we're definitely gonna keep going.
Braun Breaker, fucking Rex
Braun Steiner. Oh,
fucking Rex Steiner. Goddamn. So basically, he challenges Tommaso Ciampa.
I'm all for it.
And he has the fucking siren as a part of his
siren. He talks just like his pops.
Oh my god. Oh, it's only but a matter of time where they allow him to use Steiner, and I'm very excited for that. Then we have oh Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry, Japan. Ikemen Jiro. Yeah. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. Please correct me with the correct pronunciation. Versus
Joe Gacy,
the white liberal.
Joe Gacy.
Yeah,
how do you feel about Gacy?
I'm gonna skip over that. Then we have Then we have Frankie Monet versus Cora Jade. Cora Jade gets the win.
How did that happen?
It was the most dangerous move in all the wrestling. The surprise roll up.
Surprise roll up.
Great debut for Cora Jade. I do see something in her. Next we have Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes.
Grimes. Okay.
Pete Dunne defeated Cameron Grimes. Hey, loud.
Yep.
This is what happens when you look at your notes.
We're live, pal.
We're live, pal. And then next we have the debut.
Wait. Let's not. Hold on. Let's not just skip over that. Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes. See, and this is what I do like about NXT. You do have the younger talent that are trying to get on, that's getting on TV, that's trying to, get over. And then you have two experienced people in Pete Dunne and Cameron Grimes. You see there's a distinctive difference between the Cameron Grimes and Pete Dunne match, and everybody else that was wrestling besides the main event, which you had a lot of experienced people in that match as well. But I just want to say, I don't want to just gloss over it. Pete Dunne versus Cameron Grimes was really good.
I really enjoyed that match. I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
I'm just for the second time, I'm just trying to breathe.
You're right.
Then we have the debuting Tony D'Angelo versus. I knew they were gonna make him go against a nigga, but Malik Blade.
Yeah.
So shout out to my timeline because my timeline exploded for Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
And it was giving Sopranos and the good season of Sopranos, not the last episode, but the good season of Sopranos.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Somebody pointed this out, and I'm so sorry. Please take your credit. I don't remember, but if you watch it back, Tony D'Angelo was bribing the ref.
Yeah, I did. I saw it.
I did not catch that the first time around.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then awesome. I watched. I was like, "This is good. This is what I mean by character." And I believe he is legitimately Italian.
Yes, he is.
So I hope.
And he's working as well.
I do believe he's legitimately Italian. So it was just so good. And Malik Blade, I think he has a good future. In NXT, I believe so. I like him. He was very impressive. But Tony D'Angelo's finisher, there's like this bridging Northern Lights into a fisherman. What the fuck?
It was like
that was so. Thank you. I was like, oh shit. It was good. He was impressive as a debut.
Kiera Hogan's finish. But yeah, it was very impressive. Very, very impressive. And yes, I know he might have hit it a little bit better than she has. But it's okay.
All right. Okay. So after that, we have May Ying versus Indy. I'm no selling that because this is the Kiera Hogan stand account.
It is.
But we have May Ying versus Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell gets the win.
Also. On multiple channels there.
And Indy Hartwell gets the win here. I think this is the end of Tien Sha. Please forgive me if I fucked that up.
Yeah, no.
I think supernatural gimmicks can only last for so long if you're not, a certain. Yeah. Anyway.
Plus they lost Xia Li, so it's like, all right.
Yeah, they lost Xia Li.
And Bo is not getting over.
Xia Li was actually the.
Yeah. Mei Ying with the Undertaker sit up. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, this
But
was.
my issue with this is Indy is bigger than her. She's taller than her. I could not. I just could not get into. I get it. She's supposed to be supernatural. I just couldn't get into Indy bumping and feeding for Mei Ying. It just did not look believable for me. I'm like, Indy's a former tag team champion now. Like I just, and she's one of the brightest spots of NXT. I just couldn't.
Because Indy's fucking hilarious. I
And
don't know what it is with Australian
it-
wrestlers and humor, but y'all are funny.
Yeah, and her time, it's her timing. V.
It's her timing. She's like 9.5.
Yeah. She said something else about when she wore out.
She wore him out. I was
said,
like,
yeah.
damn.
And she said, yeah, we must have went through like two packages or something. I was like, wow.
I was like,
yo,
okay.
yeah.
No, Indy Hartwell, she has a great timing when it comes to comedy. I don't know what it's about people from Australia. Some of them, a lot of them, just understand comedic timing.
Yeah.
But next we have Toxic Attraction with Magacita, the NXT
Raquel Gonzalez, NXT
Magacita, that's who that is. And then we have Io Shirai. They have a segment where Mandy and them was about to jump Raquel, and then Io Shirai and Nancy Pelosi decided that they were gonna come in for the save, I guess. And honestly, I hope Mandy Rose dethroned Makasita.
Me too. Put the title on Mandy at Halloween Havoc and call it a day.
Do it, and I think that Io Shirai should move on to bigger and better things, and leave Nancy Pelosi where she is. I don't care for her. Clearly.
Wait, Nancy, are we talking about Zoe Stark?
Yes.
Wait, so we don't like Zoe anymore?
I never did.
Really?
I said that she was impressive.
You did?
I did, but that doesn't mean that I like somebody because they're impressive.
Wow. I'm out of.
I'm very Paul Heyman. I shoot from the hip. But yeah.
Okay, I don't share the same sentiments about Zoe Stark. I think she's a star, but all right.
Anybody MAGA related, I don't see it
for. Okay. Well, you talk about her political beliefs.
I also goes for the NXT champion, but we'll leave that alone.
Yeah, I mean, my issue with the NXT Women's Champion is just she has not done anything really impressive since she won the title. I was like, I was at a loss for words. Jonathan said Mike is legit in shock right now. I was a little lost. I'm like, wait a minute, we don't like Zoe, but I didn't know. I didn't know that. But we've said on this show before, and I'm not gonna like ramble on because we've been here for a while. But it's
different for me than it is for Mike.
Yeah, on certain things, like there's some things that I just won't, I can't support, and I will never support. But there's other things where it's like, all right, I'm not gonna sit up here and worry about your political beliefs. But that's just me. I'm not, that V has his own opinion. I have my own opinion. So, all right, okay, in the main event.
Oh yes, the main event we have MSK.
No, he did.
Okay, so we have
Desmond went around, and they're gonna be mad at me for what you said. I mean, what are their names now? Wesley and Carter. I see them around a lot.
I love MSK. I'm sorry that I've been wanting to do this for the longest. I've been wanting to do this. I wanted to do it for the longest time, but I just didn't do it. We have MSK and Carmelo and Trick versus Grizzly Young Veterans versus Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch. I mean Briggs and Jensen.
Wow.
And we
Trevor
had
current NWA World Champion, by the way.
And rest in peace, Lance Cade. and MSK. I'm not gonna say Misk again because that was just. I'm sorry, I had to. It's funny. MSK defeated Briggs and Jensen and Grizzly Young Veterans and Carmella and Trick by pinfall to retain the NXT Tag Team Champions. I hate that Carmella and Trick were eliminated first, but I'll get over that. But
Yeah,
then
they
I
probably was
believe
saying we want
Imperium.
Carmelo after the match ended.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hated that for the first
Hated it.
elimination, whatever. Hated it. But I believe Imperium came out and attacked
Mm-hmm.
MSK,
They did.
and Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch came in for the save.
Jensen and Briggs, but yes, they did come
Yeah,
in for
same
the save.
thing.
Yeah, right. I guess. Yeah. Well, I thought this match was good. MSK gets the win, and it's time for people to put respect on MSK's name.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
begging
doing a
people.
lot of booing of MSK.
They've been booing MSK for months, and I don't
They
get
have
it.
been. We've talked about this,
I don't get it.
and I'm trying to understand why. I'm honest. So Jonathan just said, "B, I hate you." I'm sorry. I do what I can. But I'm honestly not understanding why they're getting this hate because it's not like they're bad in the ring.
Let's get it. Trevor
I mean,
Murdoch.
I do what I can.
Yeah.
It's not like they're bad in the ring. It's
Right.
not like
No, they're talented.
I'm just trying to figure out why. What is the disdain for them?
I think it
I'm
has to do with
truly.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I'm truly not understanding. I'm trying to see like are any of them problematic? Do they say
No.
pocket? And I'm trying to
No,
figure out where does this like come from them because like they're young, they're talented, and I don't know where it's coming from. I honestly
it's
don't.
the push. It's the push. I'm telling you. I think it's the push.
But they're not. And I don't. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. They're not really being pushed to the moon like that.
They won the tag team titles pretty quickly, and they won it over a team that people really wanted to win. And I think it was just downhill from there. They beat the Grizzled Young Veterans, and I think they beat somebody. Did they beat Champa and Thatcher? I think they might have beat them too.
I believe so.
And that didn't help them at all. I think that because they've been positioned at such a high level, and like I guess the NXT faithful don't feel like those two have earned it yet, and they feel like a team like the Grizzled Young Veterans deserve it more than them. I guess NXT kind of turned their backs on them, and it's like, and it's not everybody. It's like a small because okay, I don't know if anybody listens to Izzy. That Izzy's the super fan. She's not even just a super fan anymore. She's everywhere. Izzy has her own show.
The one that works with Tessa.
So if anybody listens to Izzy, yeah, I mean they're friends, and Tessa's training her.
Of course they are.
But anyway, everybody will remember her as the Bailey super fan, the one that Sasha, threw her own headband at
she does
some years ago. But yeah, with Izzy, she had said that it's a small part of the audience that it's coming across loud on TV. But not everybody's booing. I'm not gonna do it. Not everybody's booing MSK. But it is a small portion of a loud vocal portion of it.
A loud vocal portion.
But it's a small portion nonetheless. Most of the people do respect MSK, according to her. So, and she would know she's there all the time. So, yeah. And that was NXT. What did you think of the show?
I'm gonna give it a 2 count. It wasn't bad, but I wasn't completely fortunate. I will say the highlight of the show was Tony D'Angelo, as well as my new fave, Lash Legend, who Tony D'Angelo, you'll be okay. And then I believe next week on Lashing Out with Lash Legend, Tony D'Angelo is going to be a guest. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Yeah, I'm going to give NXT 2.0.
I see what you did there.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, you can leave that 2 count up for me as well. Thought NXT was a 2 count. Lash Legend. Yes, please. Love the character. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe she just got to grow on me. I'm not impressed yet. We'll see. We'll see. All right, and that was wrestling this week or this
Yeah.
past week. We're not gonna cover AEW tonight, just because V needs a chance to watch it. I think Jonathan gives it a 2.0 as well, so that's cool. We will cover AEW next week, in more detail. There was a return. I'll leave it there. V probably already knows about it at this point, but no. All
Okay.
right, so I'm not gonna say anything.
I mute the hashtags
Okay, good. Yeah,
when I know
that's
I'm
smart.
missing.
That's smart. So just watch the show. Let me know. Jonathan, do not post it in the comments, please, so V doesn't get ruined.
Please
Spoiled.
don't do it because I want to have the natural reaction. But
Yeah.
as always, thank you so much for listening, for watching, wherever you are. You can hit us up at go for the pin _ show on Instagram, and go for the pin show on Twitter. I can be found at King V _ the ruler on Instagram and _ watch my throne on Twitter. And where can they find you, Mike?
Well, you can find me at DJ Mike EQ on Twitter. On Instagram, it's Mike _ EQ. And support Jonathan as well. It's JPS Music 15 on everything. Jonathan also says, I will not. We'll talk about it next week. Cool. By the way, thanks for the like on the video, Mike. Of course, of course. Yeah, Jonathan did his thing. He's a musician and everything. So go support him on everything. That's again, it's JPS Music 15. I'll put it up there right there on all social media platforms. And support my boy Raw Raider also, who's not here right now, but is a supporter of the show. Just Black Wrestling Draws, everybody. Yeah.
Always and forever. The debate. Oh, I was gonna say something really rude. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. I was gonna say something really rude. I'll leave that alone. But thank you guys as always for listening, for watching, for supporting, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, and Stream Team. Good night, everybody.